Hi scholars, this is Keith Hamon. I use peer reviews in my classes to help you write better academic essays and thereby earn better grades. It isn't a really difficult task, but it helps if you know what to expect up front. So let's see how peer reviews work. I share a peer review assignment sheet with all my classes. You'll find it on the class wiki, usually on the workshop the week prior to the first peer review of the term. It's worth reading even if you watch this video all the way through. Basically, I'm asking each of you to read your colleagues' essays and give them constructive feedback to help them write better essays. To my mind, this is a win-win-win. You learn something about critiquing academic writing. Your colleague gets free advice about how to write a better essay, and I get better essays to read. I like this. It fits my general approach to education, and that is, you learn by reading and writing, not by listening to me talk about reading and writing. Okay, the process is pretty straightforward. Each of your class essays is reviewed twice. The first review requires a full rough draft. A week later, after you have resolved all the comments from the first review, we review again, and this time your essay must be finished, polished as if you were submitting it to me for grading. A weekend later, after you have resolved all the comments again, this time from the second review, I will begin grading all the essays, and the peer review process for that essay is over. So just 3 steps. Peer review a rough draft, peer review a finished draft, and then grade. The dates for the peer reviews for each essay are listed in the original assignment in the essay template. Of course, you should keep this timeline in your document until you're ready for grading. But if you delete it in your haste to finish, then check the version history for your document by clicking File, Version History, See Version History, and then scrolling down to the earliest version of your document. Click that version, and you'll find the original timeline with all the appropriate dates. Be sure to revert back to your most recent version so that you don't lose all of your changes. On the morning of each peer review, I review all the essays to see if they meet the minimum requirements for that day's review. If they do not, then I put an X by the network title and drop that essay from that day's peer review. I'll send an email to all those scholars who were dropped explaining that they should spend the day working on their essay to prepare it for the next review or for grading. Those scholars will lose that day's peer review points. For those essays that are ready, I share an essay with 2 of their colleagues. I give them commenter access rights, which means the reviewers can leave comments on the essay, but they cannot make changes. I then add a message telling the reviewers what they should do with the essay and when. Finally, I click the Send button and Google shares the essay with the Gmail accounts that I entered and sends a Gmail with a link to those scholars. The subject line will say something like "Document shared with you" and name the document. The body text will say that Keith Hamon has invited you to edit the following document and will include 2 buttons to the document. Click either button to open the essay that I shared with you. Your colleague's essay will then open in a new web browser tab, ready for you to read and to make comments. Making a comment is fairly easy. First, you just highlight the text you want to comment on. Then you click that blue plus icon that will pop up in the right-hand margin. Google Docs will display a text box where you can enter your comment. When you're done, click the blue comment button to save the comment. Note that you can leave positive comments as well as negative comments. It's good to tell your colleagues what they have done well. You can always tell them what they need to fix. The morning after the peer reviews, I will remove you from the essays that you reviewed. This means that you have only one day to do the peer review. I limit your time so that the authors can get back to work on their essays. They really don't have time to wait days for you to show up and do the work. So, show up on time and get it done. After the review, when you open your reviewed essay, you will see yellow highlighted text and corresponding comments in the right margin. Before the next review, or before grading, you must resolve the comments and remove the yellow highlight. If you agree with the comment, then you should make changes in your essay that address the comment. If you do not agree with the comment, then you can just simply click the blue check mark in the comment box to indicate that you read it and you are dismissing it. If you are confused by the comment, you should ask me. I can help. Okay, that's pretty much the peer review process. If you have questions, contact me. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the net.